Allahumma la alahayna wa Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, wa Malakia by Hashem Harawat, Kahurash, Barakathum, Wada by Babal, Wakwam, Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine. I say you shalom. Once again, y'all salakia for my voices early in the morning, but we gonna go ahead and knock this out. The video I'm about to play for y'all, I just saw this in my feed this morning. I was gonna do something else, but the Lord put the spirit on me to report about this. This happened overnight. Now, for those who don't know, the United States bombed Venezuela last night, y'all. Now, this is the morning. This is Saturday, January 3rd. So they bombed them last night, and they took Maduro and his wife captive. I think they're being held in New York right now, or they're on their way to New York to be processed for drug trafficking, which there's no proof. See, that's the thing with the United States. They want to be able to lie on you and get away with it and not be questioned. They want to be able to lie on you without proof, without evidence, without anything showing that you did what they said you did. You see? And the ICC is useless as hell, because they letting the United States and Israel literally get away with murder. So yeah, they spooked too, because the United States threatened them with sanctions, and if they continue to investigate the United States told the ICC they was gonna send the military over there. See, there's no justice with the wicked. So let's go ahead and grab the video. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. But before we do that, let's get this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's go ahead and get it. Name this video is Trump says Maduro captured as U.S. carried out large-scale strike against Venezuela. Now, a lot of these news outlets, they're reporting this is a victory, a good thing over the United States, for the U.S. rather. No, it's not. If anything, this is proving that the United States is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Babylon, with the Edomites in rulership, doing wickedness. Let's go.
Let's go to Shihab Ratansi. Shihab, what are we hearing now from the U.S. president?
Explosive Truth Social post from Donald J. Trump. I shall read it out. The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow.
See, U.S. law enforcement. See, they pulled out a piece of paper and a pen and gave themselves permission to do what you're seeing on the screen. And you notice his language. They successfully. So you successfully murdered people and successfully kidnapped their leader and successfully potentially taking their oil fields and all their other natural resources. How's that success?
There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Sammy?
Shihab, that is quite a statement. I want to make sure we heard it and understood correctly. This is the U.S. president saying that U.S. forces have captured the president of Venezuela and his wife and taken them physically out the country. Is that?
That's kidnapping all day, because they had no probable cause. They have yet to this day provided evidence of any claims against President Maduro. but yet they go down there and kidnap him. See the wickedness of these people?
Right.
That's exactly what he has just said. The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. That is the Truth Social post that you posted just a minute ago.
I imagine, Shihab, I know the answer to the question of, I guess they're not saying where he's been flown to and what is to happen to him.
It's interesting, though, that he talks about it having been done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. So they're still sticking, I would think, then, to this narrative of the cartel of the Suns, this rather bogus construction, which actually, in fact, was a CIA operation years ago with the Venezuelan government before Hugo Chavez. But if he's putting it in the context of law enforcement, clearly this is being put into that narrative of Nicolas Maduro being the drug dealer par excellence of Venezuela. I think Maduro gave an interview just a few days ago, maybe a week or two ago, where he said, look, I have the biggest proven reserves of oil, I have gold, why would I be a drug dealer? But clearly the U.S. administration is still running with this narrative, even though...
Still running with that lie. They demonize you if you got something they want. It's in their playbook. And he's right. Why the hell would he fuck with drugs when he has one of the largest oil reserves on the planet, if not the largest?
Their own Drug Enforcement Administration says that simply isn't true.
At this point, does that indicate, again, don't want to ask you questions that I think I know the answer to, but is that the end of it? Any signal that this is the end of the U.S. military operation then?
No, it's time to steal now. It's time to murder and steal and lie some more about it. Lies, murder, theft. Those are their three #1 plays. Now they finna ravage the land, take whatever they want, including people, because, hey, I was gonna do a video today about how the United States government is selling people, but the Lord put the spirit on me to do a video on this, because this is breaking news. This happened last night while everybody was asleep. So yeah, it's not over. Matter of fact, it's gonna wax worse, because now you fucking with China and Russia's money. So now you done drag them into it, not to mention Iran has declared war against the United States. So 2026, well, the Babylonian 2026 is kicking off with a bang, it's literally in Venezuela. And look at this at the bottom, at least 1,102 Palestinians killed by Israeli forces. See, still to this day, how long they been committing genocide over there? About 2-3 years now? And the ICC has yet to do anything about it. That's why I say they're useless, because they scared of Israel and the United States too. So the Lord is going to put the spirit on these nations to handle the United States and Israel, since the International Criminal Court is too scared to do anything.
Well, what's replacing Maduro is the question. Do they have then? I mean, this is what they hoped.
I was afraid to ask you that question as well. I was going to save it for Lucia Newman, but go ahead, Shihab.
Yeah, I mean, clearly what they'd hoped, and actually Maria Corina Machado had, and the reports came out actually at the beginning of the year, had said, look, we have a plan. We can replace him immediately. Just put the stranglehold on, and we'll get everyone.
How is that even legal? You gonna replace somebody else, a president in another country? That ain't even legal. But as you can see, the United States does whatever they want to do, because there is absolutely no system of checks and balances in place for these terrorists, domestic and foreign. aka Edom.
Wanted effect, and everything will be fine. Perhaps they believe this. We simply don't know. But if this is a decapitation strategy of removing Maduro, then one would think that they have a plan to follow up, or there is someone to replace him. But you're right. Maybe you should go to Lucia.
Let me ask the question from this angle, which I think it makes sense to talk to you there in the US about. Have we had any indications, or are there any indications that the US is mobilizing some kind of effort to, shall we say, install someone or to facilitate the way for Machado or for an alternative to Maduro?
See, y'all heard him? He talking about a coup right there. Can we install somebody that's going to do the will of the United States? Meaning, we want somebody down there that's going to take Venezuela's oil and give it to the United States to benefit the oil companies rather than it benefiting the citizens of Venezuela. That's how you nationalize a resource. You take the money from selling the resource and it goes to the people. The United States don't want that. They want the oil to benefit the rich oil companies of the United States, F the people of Venezuela. That's what they want. So you see Buddy right here hinting on it. Well, are y'all gonna install somebody down there? That's called planting a coup, which is illegal, but this man is suggesting it. And you can tell this man has no sense of justice, because he going along with it like everything he's talking about is legal. Where is his outrage? Where is his anger? See, he with the shit too. Now he gonna casually, let's play it again. How he just casually just threw it out there. Well, are y'all gonna install a coup? What we doing? See, which is illegal, because that goes against the interests of China and Russia and everybody else that's doing business with Venezuela.
Someone or to facilitate the way for Machado or
Listen to how he ease up on it, try to sneak the question out.
or are there any indications that the US is mobilizing some kind of effort to, shall we say, install someone or to facilitate the way for Machado or for an alternative to Maduro? Have you seen anything?
An alternative to Maduro. See, that's an illegal coup. But he's suggesting this on national TV, which is a crime. It's illegal to put coups in other countries. But the United States been doing it since they've been in power. Yet it goes unchecked. See, Psalm 75, verse 3. I mean, Salakia, Psalm 73, verse 5, they're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Think from your end?
Just what we've all seen, the Nobel Prize going to Machado, there's been this coordinated effort to present her as some viable alternative, again, despite a lot of the evidence that we see on the ground. There must be a great deal of confidence that they have a plan, one would think then, if they have removed Maduro. But all the intelligence that we've had and all the people you've been speaking to over the last few hours have found it very difficult to find any evidence of any coordinated, credible alternative to.
Ain't no evidence, because the United States is lying. But see, these people act like they just can't process the fact that the United States lies about everything. They lie on everybody. The same way they doing this man, they did Saddam Hussein, they did Osama bin Laden, and they did everybody else who had something that they wanted.
Maduro, even elements of the opposition have been against any kind of U.S. regime change operation because, frankly, it immediately almost disqualifies any new government from appearing to represent the Venezuelan people and not a very resource-hungry neighbor to the north.
Imagine being able.
You heard him. Resource-hungry nation to the north, United States. Sad, man. Sad, sad, sad. Let's get some scriptures. Let's go to the book of Revelation. chapter 18. This is Revelation, Salakia, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they shouldest be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. The Lord gonna put the spirit on these nations to wipe out the United States and Israel, because the United States is what you call a habitual line stepper. Like in Dave Chappelle, that series with Charlie Murphy, when he was talking about Rick James, that's the United States. He's an habitual line stepper, always stepping across the line, always pushing boundaries. That's gonna come to an end. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Chapter 1, verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? See, that's that pride on these people. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. The Lord gonna bring you down. Check this out, verse 5. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, they bombed them last night, remember? How art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? No, Esau ain't leaving no grapes. He gonna steal all the grapes he can. He gonna put a fence, an electric fence around the grapes. And whatever grapes he can't take with him, he gonna poison. This is the wicked. Let's go to Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. See, who enlarges his desire is hell, and is death and cannot be satisfied. That's what disqualifies him from being unfit to rule, or fit to rule. But gather unto him all nations, and heap up unto him all people. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, means rob. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. That's not going to happen. You ain't going to be delivered from the power of evil that the Lord is going to bring upon you. Verse 12, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. That's how the United States was formed. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Verse 16, for they sleep not unless they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. This is their answer to every problem. Death, violence, destruction, theft, murder, and lie about it all. That's their solution to everything. Let's go over to chapter 6. Verse 12, a naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. Froward means you difficult to get along with. He weaketh with his eyes and teaches with his feet. He speaketh with his feet and teaches with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. Frowardness means you difficult to get along with on purpose just because nobody will let you have your way. That's childish and unrealistic. Verse 15, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things that the Lord hate, yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands to shed innocent blood. A heart that divides a wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Trump and this administration are walking abominations. We just read what the Lord sees as abominations. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands to shed innocent blood. I'm sure people died last night. Innocent blood spilled. So yeah, he's guilty of murder by definition. And the Lord is going to hold him to it and all his flunkies and everybody with a military uniform on that carried out those orders. Remember what I told y'all what has to happen? United States ships have to be destroyed. American military lives have to be lost. This is the only way to make somebody on those ships think twice and have a conscience and think twice about carrying out unlawful orders from their government, from their terrorist government. Because that's all this is terrorism, foreign terrorism. Let's go to Psalms chapter 12. Psalm chapter 12, verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. You got Trump in the middle and the wicked walking all around him. He surrounds himself with the wicked. Yes men, flunkies. Let's go to chapter 17. Let me see what this is. That ain't it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. And this is talking about what the Lord has in store for these elites. Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones on the earth. Those are the elites. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because at first only the United States had nukes, weapons of mass destruction, all that. Now everybody got them. Now they don't seem as strong. See, the playing field has been leveled out. Esau don't like fairness. He don't like equality. He doesn't like competition. He wants to be able to hold all the cards and call all the shots. Verse 13. We can go back to 12, so like 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Lucifer falling from heaven represents Esau falling from his rulership. It's not talking about an imaginary red man in a suit with a pitchfork in the ground. Lucifer means illuminated ones. And in this backwards kingdom, they are considered the illuminated ones, the Lucifer. So they are about to fall from their heaven and go into captivity into their hell. Heaven and hell are conditions. There's no place you die and go burn forever. That is talking about the nuclear lake of fire that's going to hit the United States. You don't die and go to hell. Hell is going to come to you in the form of nuclear fire. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. So you want to go to space and other planets and shit, lying about that. They never left this planet. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. They want to be better than the Israelites. Impossible. Because you weren't created to be better than us. You were created to be the base man at the bottom, default character with no superpowers. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. See, that's why they got all these data centers. They want to be everywhere at once with all these cameras, watching everybody at the same time. Why? You ain't got shit else better to do than to spy on people and lie on people. You a sad existence, bro. You got a sad ass existence. You got more than the heart could wish, but that ain't enough. You still fucked up spiritually and mentally. Let's keep rolling. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50. Verse 23, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? This is the Lord poking fun at you. This is a future prophecy because the other nations are going to come together and destroy Babylon. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord hath opened up his armory and have brought forth his weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. This is talking about the United States. Verse 29, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bold camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Check this out. Verse 35, a sword is upon the Chaldees, saith the Lord Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. That's government, the wicked inhabitants thereof. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon her horses, and upon her chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. See, everything you stole, you about to cough that up. And when it says the sword is on her horses and her chariots, that's the military. So your military is cursed to lose. Let me see what else we got. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Unfit to rule, that's why. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 6. Verse 4, none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. all that demonizing, all that lying on Maduro. No proof. Went down there and kidnapped this man and his wife, bringing up chump charges rather, against this man, all lies, because he won't give up the oil. Verse 6, their web shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there's no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. We told y'all, everybody who do business with the United States ends up regretting it. Because the United States is either going to turn on you, rob you, lie and demonize you, or murder you in your sleep and take your shit. Obama did a lot of that. He did a lot of murdering. He had a lot of people murdered, but yet he's exalted in a wicked kingdom. Makes sense though, right? Because the vilest men are exalted when the wicked walk on every side. We just read that verse, roughly paraphrased. Go to John chapter 10. Read letter Lord Yahushua speaking, the thief cometh not before to steal and to kill and to destroy. That's their playbook. I have come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Because if the Lord didn't come back, Esau killed everybody and everything. Now let's get a couple more. We can close. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 49. And we can start at verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman, his counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished. They never had wisdom, because the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiling his brother and his neighbor, and he is not, because he the one doing the spoiling. Verse 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Lord finna throw this place down. We can finish off in Obadiah. Now, these are Latinos and Hispanics, so some of these people are Israelites. And we start at verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Literally, because they dropping bombs on people's heads. These other nations are going to be dropping bombs on American heads. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so all the heathen shall drink continually. Yet they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Never been in the history of the planet that 17 nations go into captivity at the same time under the Israelites. That's about to happen. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything you stole, you're going to run that plus some. Verse 18, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Verse 21, the Savior shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Not Trump's, not Putin's, not Xi Jinping's. No, if they still around, they're going to be slaves. Call Allah Imla, Alahaya Nawa Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malakia by Hashem, Harwap, Kakorash, Barakathum, Wada Baba Bawa, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.